Carter suddenly had cold feet just 1 second before jumping out of the plane. His partner Edward deliberately goaded him, and in the end, Carter mustered up the courage to jump. Edward followed right after him. At that moment, they felt an overwhelming sense of joy. Just a few days earlier, Carter had been diagnosed with cancer and admitted to the hospital. A peculiar patient named Edward was assigned to the same ward. Edward was a wealthy man who loved to make a fuss. He talked non-stop, and even insisted on having a luxurious feast right after surgery. This was in stark contrast to Carter's personality. One day, the doctor told Edward that he only had half a year left to live. Edward said nothing. He just turned his head away. Around the same time, Carter was also told that he had only 1 year left. Overwhelmed with mixed emotions, he wrote something down on a piece of paper. Unexpectedly, the next day, Edward accidentally found Carter's note. After Edward pressed him for answers, Carter finally admitted that it was his bucket list, a list of things he had always wanted to do but never had the chance to. Edward thought Carter's wishes were boring after reading the list, so he made some revisions to it. Carter burst out laughing when he saw what Edward had written. Encouraged by Edward, Carter was finally convinced to set out and fulfill his bucket list. He shared his idea with his wife, but since Carter's health was poor, she couldn't understand his decision. They argued but failed to reach an agreement, and in the end, his wife left in anger. Carter and Edward exchanged a tacit glance, and the next day, they went to a tattoo parlor to get tattoos, went skydiving, had a car race, and even traveled to Africa to watch the Great Migration. However, when they were about to complete the last item on their list, they encountered terrible weather and had to cancel the plan. Little did they know that this would become Carter's eternal regret. Not long after returning home, Carter passed away due to the deterioration of his illness. Edward told the touching story of him and Carter at the funeral. Before long, Edward's assistant placed Edward's ashes together with Carter's on a snow-capped mountain, and this was the final stop on their bucket list.